which is a collective of romance writers who have their own sort of publishing company. And they hosted a competition, and I submitted a story, and I don't know how they got like 24 submissions, and I was in the top 10.
Woohoo!
And I didn't win, but I was in the top 10. I was so thrilled because I don't write romance, and it's a challenging genre to write, and I was like so thrilled, especially, so it was Valentine's.
That was your one with an airplane?
Nope. The one with the airplane. So I haven't submitted that yet. That's going in today. But there's...
For a contest, sorry? Or?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll get in the book. It's a submission for an anthology, so I'm probably jinxing it by talking about it. But I will probably release the story anyway because it's neat. So the anthology is by Engine Books, and they put out a book. They're a publisher in St. John's as well, but they do more genre fiction. Mm-hmm. And so they've been doing these collections or anthologies, Dystopia from the Rock. I can't remember the others, but they've done different themes, and people submit the short stories, and then they do release them. So the latest call was for Flights from the Rock. Oh. So they wanted stories that were, I think, PG-13. Like they wanted... nice stories that and they wanted to have a connection to flying and aviation and celebrating the aviation of the province or whatever. And so I wrote a story, and I'm submitting it today. I think I have till tomorrow, but I think I'm going to send it today. I put it together in like a very short period of time, so I don't know if it's any good. But in 1921 on March 12th, the first airplane landed on the frozen Tickle of Change Islands, bringing the mail, and also it had flown over to check the seals. And the pilot was Major Sidney Cotton, and he was an Australian who was an inventor and eventually, later on during World War II, a spy. And so quite an interesting character. He invented the Sidcot suit, which was a suit that they wore when flying planes. Right up until the 50s, they wore his suit. It was a pilot's, like, overalls, one-piece suit, to keep him warm in the plane. So it was called the Sidcot, Sidney Cotton. I think you can still buy them. Like, I think there's still a brand. Wow. Anyway, he invented that. So he was an all-round, but he was from Australia, and he got involved with aviation in Botwood and to start a seal spotting with planes. Go out and find the seals and then let the boats know where to go. Huh. And so he landed on the Tickle on March 12th, 1921. And it always has fascinated me because the first plane the first flight was 1903. Like Orville and Wilbur was 1903. 1921, there was plane landed on the Tickle on Change Islands. Like aviation just blows my mind. How quickly they went from no planes to planes everywhere.
Yeah.
They fought in World War I, they used planes to some degree. And they didn't even have them off the ground until 1903. So I wrote a little story about a kid, and I fictionalized something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, when you started telling me that, I thought you were making up these characters as part of the book and the story, but it is true.
That part's true.
That's all true. Just your book
a
child.
Yeah.
Or the short story.
Yeah, I wrote a short story, and it's not great, but it's fun. And so I'm going to submit it, and if it gets in, it gets in. And if it doesn't, I will probably just publish it on my blog or something.
Cool.
Because it's cute. So, yeah.
Well.
So, yeah, I'm at lots of writing lately.
Yeah, busy.
So now my next job is to finish...
Part 2?
Book 2.
Yep.
And throw it at Flanker and see if they want it. But meanwhile, everybody go out and buy book 1. Because then they'll want it.
Yeah.
Because, that stuff's based on sales. I am hoping for good sales. There's lots of interest been piqued. As the word gets out now, once the book's on the shelves, we'll see how it goes. But people are emailing me and messaging me. The ebook started off. People are buying it. So we'll see how it goes once it launches for real.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to March 8th.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, I think this has been an episode of Bridges.
Yeah. And who do we have next week?
We have Rod Taylor next week talking about painted glass.
And I won't be here.
No, I'll be doing the interview solo mio, but we'll have a chat.
Before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for Bridges this week.
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, don't get sick.
Go watch
Enjoy
the
the
show.
snow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Bridges radio program. Find us again next Friday at 8 p.m. Bridges is produced at Citadel House Studios in Lewisport, Newfoundland and Labrador, and is a collaborative project between Carolyn R. Parsons and Citadel House.